Please welcome to the stage, Julia Whitehouse.
I broke up with John over the phone on our 1-year anniversary. Because even though I had gotten really good at ducking from glassware and lamps, and even though I was super accustomed to being called a bitch all the time, and even though the night before our anniversary, he had choked me up against a wall and pushed me down a flight of stairs, I had returned to the apartment. It was because a friend of mine that next morning called to wish me happy anniversary, and she heard me stutter on the words thank and you, and she asked what's wrong, and I accidentally told her about the choking and the pushing down the stairs. And once I heard myself say it out loud, I couldn't justify going back to them. Once a friend knew, it was as though a spell had been broken. So I put the child that I was babysitting down for his nap, sat in the middle of the living room and called him and broke up with him. And he said, please, Julia, please don't do this. Don't do this, Julia. Please don't do this. Don't do this, Julia. Don't do this. Please don't do this. And then it very quickly turned to, you're going to regret this. You're going to regret this. You're going to, and I hung up. Because I'm done. I'm done. I don't need to talk to him ever again. I have decided to break up with him. I'm done. I never need to see him ever again, ever again. I figured out when he was going to be out of his apartment. I gathered all my things. I'm done. And then 10 days later, it's Halloween. And I decided to use the night as my coming back to the world. I am done being depressed. I am done being sad about some stupid relationship. Done. I am back. And obviously, I don't know all of you, but I know some of you. But maybe some of you don't know that I am really good at Halloween. I am like the queen of Halloween. Listen, and I'm not talking about no witch or vampire or monster, some basic bullshit out of a bag costume. No, not for me. I come up with my own character that I can act the entire day. The whole day and night, I am that character. I am well known for Mirando, the Sex and the City character that didn't quite make the cut. I'm all about truth, honesty, and no bullshit. Oh, wait. Charlene. Stress on the lane. I don't need a man. Don't tell me I need a boyfriend. I don't. Am I saying that too often? I don't need a man. But this Halloween, I'm feeling a little emotionally drained, and I can't really quite come up with like an idea, like an original thought. But friends are like, you should be Lucille Ball. You should be Peggy Bundy from Married with Children. I'm like, oh, these are great. And all day long, I'm back and forth ping-ponging, Lucy, Peggy, Peggy, Lucy, Peggy. I don't know which one to be, but they both have bangs. So I'll cut bangs, and then I'll see myself in the mirror with bangs and know which one to be. And if anybody's ever cut bangs, you know the worst time to cut bangs is during an emotional trauma. So I cut bangs, burst into tears, and then finally decided just to put a swim cap over my head, color my lips blue, and call myself Drowned. I thought it was very good, very poetic, very funny. At once a conversation starter or a conversation ender. Depending. I was feeling very good about myself, very creative, and I jump on the train down to West 4th to the Greenwich Village Halloween Day Parade, and everybody's looking amazing. At the beginning of the night, no one's makeup is melty on the train, it's just like, oh, this, yeah, it's the best day in New York. And then I get down to West 4th and get out of the subway on the wrong side of the parade. I'm on one side of 6th Avenue, and my friends who I'm late to meet are on the other side. and I am surrounded by people. Just all these just bodies are just smashing up against me, like, multiple schools of fish, working against each other. And it's so loud, like just all the speakers from the parade are blowing out, and people are drunk, and everybody's Obama because it's 2008, and there's a wolf and Obama and Darth Vader, and suddenly I realize I can't see anybody's face. And I'm like, I can't see anybody's face. I can't see anybody's face. And if I can't see anybody's face, what if John is here? What if John is here? What if John is here and I can't see him, and he can see me and he kills me here in this crowd where it would be safe to kill me because nobody can see him and I can't see him? And what's it going to be? Is he going to get a new costume? He was Hamburglar last year. Maybe he's going to get a new costume, or maybe it's going to be the Hamburglar that kills me. And the last thing that I smell are going to be McDonald's hamburger patties as I die in Greenwich Village's Halloween Day parade. And then I'm panicking, and I can't reach my friends on my stupid fucking flip phone, and there's no fucking service, and I'm surrounded by people, and I'm panicking. And then suddenly there's a break in the parade. A policeman moves a barrier and ushers people across the street, and like a dam breaks. I rush across the street, and I find my friends, and I cling to them for dear life the rest of the night. One of them a geisha, the other a vote stealer. And then Obama is elected president for the first time. And I get a text from John. I'm so happy. I wish I could share this win with you. And I ignore it because I'd been ignoring all of his phone calls and all of his text messages. And then he texts again. I have your birth certificate and social security card. Give me your address so that I can send it to you. Wow, gosh, do I feel silly. I forgot to get the things that I had kept in his desk when I got my things from his apartment. But he seems in a good mood. So, I'll just text him back and get those documents. I'm not going to give him my address because I don't want him to know where I am. And if he's forgotten where I live, I want to keep it that way. So I text back. Thank you so much. Please leave the documents with your doorman, and I will come pick them up. Thanks again. And then he starts calling. And this is before I had an iPhone and Find Your Friends was an app or anything. Just a shitty little flip phone lighting up with each call. And it feels like a portal, though, right? It feels like a portal, and the anxious feeling is immediate in my gut, in my throat, in my head, and I don't know what to do, but I know I'm not answering it. And eventually he leaves a message that says, if you do not call me back in the next 5 minutes, I will burn your social security card and birth certificate. You will no longer exist in this universe. I will destroy you. I had thought he was in a good mood. I was always getting that wrong. So I text him, if you destroy my documents, I will have no choice but to go to the police. To which he texts back, already done, Angel, already done. So the next morning, I go to the police. And I explained to the policewoman, I don't think he actually destroyed these documents. I think that this is the situation, the whole ending of the relationship, and he's just trying to get me to come back. He's trying to use it as leverage. If maybe I can make this report and the cops can go, maybe get my documents back. And she interrupts me. She said, you know you were in an abusive relationship, right? And I was like, I just want my documents back. And so, here's a fun fact. If the police on the Upper West Side, on the Upper East Side are not very busy and don't have much to do, they welcome the opportunity to go knock on the door of a wealthy white guy. And so that's what we did. And they knocked on his door. I waited downstairs in the parking garage across the street from his apartment, hiding behind a wall, expecting like they would come down and give me the documents. But they went up, knocked on his door. He invited them in, and I said, "The documents?" And he said, "Oh, I burned them." So here's another fun fact: is that's a felony. So the last time that I saw John, he was being led out of his apartment building in handcuffs, 2 cops on either side, and he was looking like panicked to the left and to the right, to the left and the right, like he was looking for me. And I thought to myself, he's going to see me. He's going to see my breath in the air, and he's going to break free from them and tear the wrist cuffs off and kill me. But he didn't. And the last image I see is of the cops guiding his head into the car. And that was 11 years ago. 11 years ago, and still every October when it gets crisp. Those Halloween costume shops pop up all over the city. And just the Walgreens candy aisle is dressed in orange. I think of him. And I also think about him the rest of the year. Whenever I see anybody with medium build, dark curly hair, paunch, even if they look just a little Jewish. And every time I see someone like that, maybe just, what if is that him? What if it is him? What do I do? Should I turn around? Should I keep my eye on this person? No, it's not him. 11 years. It took me a long time to be able to sleep without nightmares, and a long time to even understand that I was on edge. I got out of the relationship and was still on edge. And I haven't dressed up for Halloween since. But now I have a 3-year-old, and she understands Halloween. And since January, she's been telling me she's gonna be a witch. And she says, "So are you, Mommy?" And isn't that some fucking basic bullshit? I think about another thing that police officer said to me. He said, "You're in an abusive relationship, but you got out. Don't worry, you got out. You don't want to know how many women didn't get out." So maybe I'm going to be on edge for the rest of my life, just a little. But I'd rather be on edge in costume than on edge in hiding. Thank you.